The 4-hour price chart for SoFi Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker SOFI. So here we can see that the stock has made a fairly major reversal after posting fairly significant highs yesterday. A lot of this optimism here was generated by this week's earnings reports. We have seen many different quarterly earnings releases from very significant companies within the technology space. It is not really surprising that the stock has been influenced by that information. But what we can see here is that the overall effect has really been in both directions. So for this reason, anybody that's trading this stock does need to identify some very important support and resistance levels, price levels, so that we can outline some specific trading strategies going forward. So most recently, we can see that the near-term highs really came in at roughly 7.95. So we didn't manage to successfully break above this $8 mark. This is fairly significant because the prior high before then came in at 8.06. So currently, what we're looking at here, is a little bit of a lower high condition. It's not a significantly lower high. We're only talking about a difference of about 10 cents here. But overall, this is significant because the stock was not able to retest these levels. And now we've already started to show some fairly significant declines here. So at the moment, we really need to sort of drill into this hourly price chart and take a closer look to see what's really going on here. So specifically, we can see that, this prior spike high here was very fast in nature. This is an hourly price chart. So each price candle here is a 1 hour trading period. And overall, what this tells us is that, this really was a spike high and then a quick reversal lower. I mean, somehow this is still a red candle, even though it was mostly, the dominant direction of the price movement was in the upward direction. So what this really tells us is that this was not a sustainable price move. And then the price rallies that followed here, as we can see, also posted, a bit of a lower high. So we can sort of see that here. These following highs did come in roughly 783. This would be the July 31st trading session. And then we did see a fairly significant decline here lower. Currently, as we can see, we're trading below most of the exponential moving averages. However, this is not true for all of the exponential moving averages. So as we can see here on this chart, we've got the yellow line, which is the 20-hour exponential moving average. The orange line is the 50-hour EMA. Purple line is 100-hour EMA. And this blue line here is the 200-hour EMA. So, these are significant moving averages because the hourly chart is a very commonly watched price chart. On the 4-hour chart, we were seeing a bit of a bullish indicator condition. We can look to the bottom of the chart here to see the relative strength indicator reading. And this does give us some bullish signals here. This was also present on the 4-hour chart, if you remember. If not, you can sort of skip back to see the trend line here on this lower part of the chart. This purple line is the relative strength index. The yellow line is the moving average of the relative strength index. So we can see on both time frames here, they're a little bit different, but overall the trend direction does remain positive, and this uptrend is still in place. So what this really tells us is that the overall trend momentum here does remain in the positive direction, even though we're starting to see these declines. So really what needs to happen here at this point is we do just need to find a support zone relatively near term here so that we can sort of capitalize on this upward trend momentum and place trades that are bullish and are actually profitable. So currently to the downside, we've got this rising blue line here, which is, as I said, is this 200-hour exponential moving average. Currently, this comes in at roughly 914. So that's about 5 cents below current prices. And then in addition to that, as you can see here, there's a little bit of a bullish trend here that's starting to develop in line with that exponential moving average. So it's a little bit difficult to see because now these lines are crossing over a bit, but you can sort of see that there's the blue line here, and then share prices themselves are starting to create an uptrend right alongside that blue line. So, a lot of these are positive signals, and it does suggest that, the selling pressure might be coming to an end here relatively soon. Going forward, I think it's important for people to watch the earnings releases that will be posted tonight. We will see earnings figures from Amazon.com and Apple. This follows a series of other earnings reports that have been released this week within the technology space. Google, Alphabet, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, Microsoft, and then last night was Meta Platforms. So, there has been a large number, 4 of the 7 Mag 7 stocks did report earnings this week or are on schedule to report earnings this week. So I do think that some of these price moves here will sort of depend on the earnings results that are generated by those companies. I do think that Apple and Amazon both are fairly significant for this stock in particular, because I think that if we do see positive results from both of those companies, I do think that this should help to support the stock and then actually lead to a bit of a reversal here to the top side. Of course, we could see negative numbers from Apple and Amazon, and then that could weigh on the stock further. If we do see further declines here, I would start to look at the 710 level first. This would be this sort of this spike low from July 30th. And then following there, the lows come in at $7 even. So a break below there, would start to, sort of accelerate losses a bit. The first price level to the downside would come in at this 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of this dominant move here. So I'm sort of moving around this white line here. This is the dominant trend move that I'm watching. And as we can see here, this light green line does come in at $6.87. So that would be the next level to the downside. So, essentially what I'm saying here is that, there are several layers of support that are currently underlying prices. So, I really think that we would have to see a very negative number here from both Amazon and Apple in order to send share prices lower. We do have this rising indicator condition that has continued to support prices for quite a while. So, this does show that the underlying momentum here is positive, even though we are seeing these kind of drastic moves lower, and we have seen them 2 different times. So, there is possibility that we will see, increased volatility here. But overall, I think this is largely going to depend on the ultimate earnings results that are released by both Apple and Amazon. So here's the current market update for SoFi Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker SOFI. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.